Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's family service. Nice to have you all here and there. Really appreciate your presence and your participation in our services. Today you'll notice that we have the Fujimoto Horses here. We actually have one more. Shadow is at her home and she's a little bit more independent, but these three are kind of tag along and they like to join us wherever we go, taking special trips. So you'll notice today that the older one has his mask on and the two little ones are still too young, but they are reminding us still to be very careful and cautious whenever you go out and about town, to wear your masks and wear your gloves, and so reminding us that we also should continue to be mindful to wear our protective gear, masks and gloves wherever we go, shopping, to the temple, to visit wherever we may need to go. They have their onenju also, so they are ready for service. On the other side of the room, you will notice that Sloth family is on the other side over there. They joined us for Shotsuki service, and it's been a little while now, but they're getting closer to the door. And as you know, sloths are very slow, and so it's taken them a bit of time to take their leave from the Hondo. So they're over there and still part of us, and so they're kind of waving from the edge of the Hondo area and still welcoming everyone to this service. So for this service, we're going to have the reading of the Golden Chain and then the Raisan Mon. After that, I'll take my seat on the Onaijin for the Sambujo and the Jusei Gen. This will be followed by a short gong meditation, and then I'll come back for a short Dharma message, okay? So we'll begin our service today with the Golden Chain. Please join me. I am a link in Amida's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Raisan Mon. Ninjin ukegatashi imasude ni uku. Buppo kikigatashi imasude ni kiku. Konomi konjo ni mukatte dosezumba. Sarani uzure no sho ni mukatte kakonomi o dosen. Daishu morotomo ni shishin ni sambo ni kieshi tatematsuru beshi. Mizu kara butsu ni kieshi tatematsuru, masa ni negawaku wa shujo to tomo ni, daido o taige shite mujoi o okosan. Mizu kara ho ni kieshi tatematsuru, masa ni negawaku wa shujo to tomo ni, fukaku kyouzo ni irite chie umi no gotoku naran. Mizu kara so ni kieshi tatematsuru, Masani negawaku wa shujo to tomo ni, daishu o tori shite issai muge naran. Mujo jinjin mimyo no ho wa, 100,000 man go ni mo ai o koto katashi, warima kenmon shi juji suru koto o etari. Negawaku wa nyorai no shinjitsugi o keshi tatematsuran. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, 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 Namanda. Sambujo, Jusei Gen. Namanda, 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 Namanda. シャアカニョライニユドジョサンゲラアクブジョジポニョライニユドジョサンゲラ Daisen no kando koku shoten nin Touchin myoke Silent meditation. Namo Amidavats, Namo Amidavats, Namo Amidavats, Namanda, 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 Namanda. Namanda, 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 Namanda. Okay, good morning once again. Ohayou gozaimasu. Nice to have you all here for this family service. So today, last week, a couple of people mentioned that the sound cut out while we were chanting, and that was kind of a test. So we muted the chanting, and so if you notice the pause or the silence during the chant, that means you should be chanting with even more power and conviction. So if you're chanting, then you would have been right with us at the end of the chant when all the voices re-emerge. And so if you notice, then you weren't chanting strongly enough, powerfully enough. So you want to really do that. I know some people are just bouncing ahead to the Dharma message, and so that's okay too. But if you bounce ahead, then as far as overall, you get a D. And if you were chanting quietly and you notice the break, you get a C. And if you're just chanting full of vigor and you didn't notice the break in the sound, you get a B. And so we're very proud of you. Those of you who got B's and C's is certainly much better than D. Okay? Okay. So today I would like to begin this message with a reading of one of the hymns of the Pure Land from Shin Shani. So please join me in Gassho. Those who reach the Pure Land of happiness return to this evil world of the 5 defilements, where, like the Buddha Shakyamuni, they benefit sentient beings without limit. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. So in this Wasan, Shindan Shonin is talking about those who reach, are able to achieve the Pure Land. They come back to this world, and like Shakyamuni Buddha, they benefit sentient beings without limit. And so this is part of the Bodhisattva process, that we try to make our way to the Pure Land, and then once there, we don't just sit there and rest and enjoy the benefits of being in the Pure Land, but we come right back and try to assist all other sentient beings who are suffering. And so this is a very important part that no one, they often say, when you go to the Pure Land, no one is there. And what does that mean? That means no one is sitting there comfortably resting, that they all return to continue the work of the Buddha and become the motion of compassion itself, assisting all other sentient beings without limit. So particularly during these times when there is a lot of unrest in our society, all the more we should be sharing this compassion that we have received and share this with others. So as we recognize there's a pain going on in our society, and so we want to recognize that pain and then to respond to it. And so how did this pain come to be? And we look at it just like a doctor. Often the Buddha is looked upon as the great surgeon. And so like a doctor, he looks at human pain and how did it come to be and how do we address it. So in the same way, how did this come to be? We look at the history of this pain in our society, and then what can we do about it, okay? So particularly being many of us, our temples are part of the Japanese American history in America, and so we have even more, have gone through periods of prejudice directed towards Asian people in America. Japanese Americans in America had to resettle and start their whole lives again, and why did this need to happen? What were the circumstances? And so, you know, it was very traumatic. So a lot of our families did not address this. So many people my age, they were looking at, as they grew up, you know, they asked mom and dad, or, you know, mom and dad didn't say anything until we asked, you know, what happened, you know, what is this camp experience, and, you know, what was it for you? And gradually we come to know the story, and more people are asking about what happened during that time. And so this history comes to be pieced together, and then the younger generations learn about it, learn to see what happened during those times. But tremendous prejudice, even during the war, we learn about the 442 and the different groups of people who were fighting on behalf of America, in a sense, to prove their loyalty to this country. But not only the Japanese, the Black Soldier Regiment as well. They had their own things, and in a way, they kept these minority groups together, not because they could bond and identify and react together better, but because they were considered expendable, and they could die and it'd be okay. We wouldn't miss too much because they were some of the minorities of our society. So these kind of things happen and happen and happen. And so this is a Japanese and American experience, but now a lot of our members are not Japanese Americans only. We have mixed cultures and more cultures. And so just as Buddhists, we learn that we receive this compassion from Amida, from the infinite, coming to us at all times, from all directions. And as we receive this compassion, we learn to share this. We don't just say thank you, but we share this with our fellow members, with our fellow Buddhists, with our fellow people in the world, okay? And so not only do we receive it not only do we share it, we become the movement of compassion. And so in this Buddhist sense as well, we want to acknowledge how do we respond as Buddhists to these kinds of times that we all grow up in, that we all learn a little bit more about as we continue on in our lives. So please join me in Gassho as I read this Wasan one more time, and we can consider these words. Those who reach the Pure Land of happiness return to this world, evil world of the 5 defilements, where, like the Buddha Shakyamuni, they benefit sentient beings without limit. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, 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 Namanda. Okay, thank you very much for joining us for today's service. Really appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Please come up in Oshoko at your homes, whatever you have set up with flower petals, rock pebbles, marbles, whatever you have. Okay, thank you very much.
Namandab, 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 namandab.